Good evening. What I'm about to share with you is a true story, 100% legit. I know a lot of commentators out there these days like to make up a lot of stuff just for the fanfare, for the exposure. You know, if I can make it flashy, maybe I'll get more subscribers, you know, because that's all I care about is subscribers and likes and comments and all this stuff. No, so that is not the reason behind this video. What I'm about to share with you is a true story. Some of you may or may not know I'm a trucker by trade, not a gut hanging out of my pants, piss in a jug while driving kind of truck driver, a professional. And I was asked on Twitter here just not too long ago when I bypassed the question actually, and somebody asked me, what was the scariest thing you've ever seen? And, well, being gone here over the last few days back on the highway a little bit, you know, typically I stick around closer to home, but this one here was a specific trip to go a little farther away from home. It got me to think about that question, and I had sort of a run-in that happened in northern Idaho when I was on the highway that kind of still scares me to this day, actually. It was really a spooky event that happened. So picture this. It's 2 o'clock in the morning, pitch black. You're in the middle of the forest, 2-lane highway, driving along, and you come across what appears to be a body laying on the side of the road. What do? Do you pull over? Or do you just keep on going? Well, me being younger at the time, I pulled over. The guy looked like he was injured or hurt or something, so I had to go help. I mean, I can't leave somebody there, right? So anyway, I pull over to the side of the road, throw my four-ways on, grab my flashlight and head back, start walking through the dark, because by the time I got stopped, I was probably 500 meters away from the guy. And I roll up to this guy with my flashlight, and I'm looking around, and he's got glasses on, and he's hurt. You can tell he's hurt, and he's moaning and making sort of a grunting noise, like you could just tell he was in pain. And I'm like, sir, are you okay? Are you okay? And he says, no, please, can you call 911? So I ran back to the truck, and I grabbed one of my blankets out of the bunk of the truck, and I came back, and I covered him in the blanket just to kind of keep him warm, and called 911. Surely enough, within 15-20 minutes, the cops show up. We sort of pieced together, the officer and I actually, as to what had happened, but as she got out of the car to come up to this guy that's laying on the side of the road, she pulls the blanket back from where this guy was laying, and sure enough finds a tall boy Budweiser can sitting between his legs. So she lifts up the flashlight and she's looking right at me in the face. She's, what is this? You could just tell. She didn't say that, but she was looking like she was all concerned as to how that beer got there. Well, it turns out what ended up happening was we found out later on, as the guy sort of was getting assessed by the ambulance and stuff like that. The officer came back after and she kind of told me what happened. As I was walking up to the guy laying there, off to the left was a motorhome, and there was a couple dogs running around. You could hear them in the bush. Like, I couldn't see anything, but it was just, one of those trucks with the camper in the back, in the box, and the guy's four-way flashers were just sitting there flashing, and it was, what the hell's that thing doing up against a tree, right? Turns out what ended up happening was the guy had gotten out of his pickup to have a piss, and left his door open, but didn't put it in park. He left it in neutral. and I guess the truck rolled ahead as he was standing there pissing, and it knocked him over. He's an older guy, probably in his 60s. And the truck ended up rolling over both his legs and broke both of his femurs. Like, his legs look like Anderson Silva's last fight, if you've ever seen that one. Just totally destroyed. So he ended up crawling his way back to the side of the road and figured by laying on the side of the road somebody would eventually see him, and luckily I did, right? Didn't run him over. I thought, you know, could have been way worse than what it was. So, you know, I guess for me the scariest part about that was, you know, after you've been out for a whole day and you're tired and you come across that sort of thing, you see somebody in that kind of distress. I mean, I'm not a paramedic. I've got a paramedic buddy here in town that lives close to me here, and he tells me horror stories that I couldn't even imagine how he gets through it. You know, how do you get through those types of trauma? And for me, that's something that this story here is something that'll always stick in my mind. I'll never forget it. I mean, it happened over 10 years ago, and it feels like it was yesterday. But anyway, I never got any update on the guy as to what happened. I remember the officer showing up and finding that beer, which was rather strange, and the guy getting carted away, and I guess from somebody else's misfortune, something could be learned from that. Maybe make sure you put your vehicle in park when you get out for a piss. I shouldn't be laughing, but it was a terrible situation. But anyway, to answer that one guy's question, I can't remember who sent that or find it. I was looking back on my Twitter to see if I could locate who sent that to me, but I just remember that question sticking with me, and there you go. That's my story. Story time, I guess, with Dead Sense. So yeah. If you guys have any scary stories, why don't you email them to me, and maybe I can share some of them, or one of them, or a couple of them. My email is deadsense@gmail.com, or just get a hold of me on Twitter @deadsense. I'd love to hear it. You know, that's my creepy story. Sort of creepy, not very creepy, but to some, but you'd have to be there. Again, thanks guys for watching this video, and we'll catch you on the next one. Peace.